everybody, it's Brian Gormley with another edition of Where in DC. Sorry we haven't been around for the last couple of weeks. We had a hurricane to deal with and an election, and so we lost power, and then we were of course all glued to the TV for a couple of days, and next week is Thanksgiving, so we'll take another week off next week. Wish everyone the best. But I wanted to squeeze in a quick video here, kind of a reflections on the presidential election and what it means for the housing industry in 2013 and beyond. And so anyway, without going into that for a second, I just wanted to remind everyone we do negotiate short sales for free for agents and for homeowners. So feel free to send us your deals, and certainly happy to provide some free consulting as well. Just shoot us an email or give our office a call. The way this little video blog works, though, is we film all over the greater DC, Baltimore region, different location each week. The first person to guess our filming location and send that guess to support@Cornerstone Properties, homeinfo.com wins a free prize, whatever we're giving away that week. So definitely don't forget to send your guesses in. We've had a lot of fun doing it, and hopefully you have too. You know, there are a lot of variables in terms of this presidential election. It's and kind of its aftermath. You know, I certainly wouldn't want to be the expert or pretend to be the expert, but it does seem like you know, it's pretty much status quo here going forward, right? There's a limit to what more government subsidy you know, can be provided. Interest rates, as we know, are going to be pretty much 0%, 0 to a quarter percent for the next 2.5 years. The Fed has announced Fed funds rate through 2015, and certainly, you know, we've kind of sucked the blood out of the banks with the $25 billion settlement. You know, you've got what you've got. You know, foreclosure moratoriums here are gonna come to a close. I think you'll see an uptick in foreclosure activity in 2013. Especially now that the presidential election is passed. You see some credit reporting issues with 60-day lates and 30, 60, 90-day lates not being reported so there's some weird sort of things going on in the background. Loan mods were up in August to something like 76,000 permanent loan mods, and compared to 40 or so thousand short sales, by the way. But that's gonna die off. You know, there's only so much in the settlement money that can extend, and certainly banks have been loath to really do what would probably best serve them, or serve the economy writ large, which is to, you know, really do the principal write-downs. They've really resisted that. So, you know, with interest rates down, you know, most of the toxic assets are out of the system now. I think it's something like 375 billion of toxic assets still left out of a height in 2006, 2007 of 1 trillion. Toxic assets would be things like, you know, the no-doc loans, the, you know, high prepayment penalty stuff that, you know, loans that never should have been made. The borrower should have gotten a loan and can't get out of it because they have these, you know, large prepayment penalties and so on. You still have ARMs out there. People are hanging on because interest rates are so low, but, you know, with you know, the interest rates continuing to be low in the next few years, it doesn't seem like that's going to have much an effect. So people can still hang on, who have been hanging on. You know, jobs are definitely a big factor, but you don't see a big spike in unemployment per se. Obviously, you know, the education goals are long term, so that's not really a short term thing. Question, of course, can the old traditional form manufacturing type jobs transition to energy and service related jobs? I mean, certainly that's where we are headed, should be headed, need to be headed. But again, that's not a short-term sort of fix. And certainly with the Democratic president, the focus is going to be on, you know, kind of the working class manufacturing jobs, keeping people employed, even if it means continuing policies that are not necessarily you know, in the country's long-term best interest. But be that as it may, you know, there are a lot of things kind of up in the air. I think at the end of the day, it comes down to the banks, as perhaps it should. I don't know, maybe it shouldn't, but you know, they are the money centers, and they are the ones who make decisions. And so the key is, are they going to want to internalize their losses quickly, or are they going to spread them out like they have been? And if they foreclose and get all that REO inventory on the market really quickly, that's going to depreciate prices. And we've seen upticks in prices only because the inventory is so short, right? Because there haven't been tons of foreclosures, because there haven't been a lot of REO product on the market. But if it's going to be a trickle, then look for prices to stabilize and continue upward a little bit. If it gets flooded in 2013, obviously that puts a lot of downward pressure on housing prices, and we could be headed for another little dip. So you would think that banks are smart enough not to offload all this stuff right away, but we shall see. Certainly, if people can stay employed and/or that unemployment number can continue to fall, that's going to bode well. But all other indicators seem to be kind of towards stability and status quo at this point. I don't see a war with Iran or Syria having that much of a macroeconomic effect. Maybe a little bit on the margins, and of course there's always emergencies or things that you can't expect that might pop up. But anyway, that's the overall prognosis. A lot of statistics out there, but it seems like at the end of the day, the power is still in those hands who have the money and are controlling the purse strings. So I'm going to do a real quick 360. Send your guesses to support at Cornerstone Properties, homeinfo.com. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, and send us any short sale deals, questions, etc. We're happy to help out. Thanks very much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.